As anyone who is in servant leadership or is involved in stewardship, you have a driver and you have a passion. This is my driver. This motley crew, my family, I would do anything for them. They are the reason I want to change the world and make it a better place for my nieces and nephews so that they have a future with beautiful Mother Nature, for my parents so that they can be proud and that they can enjoy the environment that they're surrounded in. They are the reasons I do the things I do. So passion is the second part, right? What am I passionate about? I grew up fishing, grew up canoeing, kayaking, running through streams, got the chance to go scuba diving a couple years ago, and being a true Wisconsin girl, I gotta have some beer. So all of those things in common, water. Okay, so maybe I'm a little bit passionate about water. I've developed my career as a wastewater engineer, treating everything you flush down the toilet to making it something that can go back into the environment and protect the environment. Not everyone is as blessed as we are here in the U.S. These are pictures I have taken on stewardship trips that I've been on of communities in Costa Rica where this little boy here is sweeping the raw sewage and gray water coming from his house away from his front steps so his little sister doesn't get sick. Someone has parked their bike in a stream of raw sewage. These are what children are living with today. Couple facts just to kind of bring it home and really help realize what this means. 800 million people, 2 populations of the United States, do not have access to safe water. Again, these are children in communities I have personally visited. I have taken these pictures. Every 90 seconds, a child dies from a water-related disease. You can see them playing with their little Tonka trucks as sewage runs down the curb line next to them. 2.5 billion people lack access to sanitation. It's equivalent of 8 populations of the United States. Sanitation is something that most of the United States probably doesn't think twice about. They do their business, they flush their toilet, they move on with their lives. 2.5 billion people don't have that amenity. 160 million children suffer from stunting and chronic malnutrition linked to water and sanitation. This is unacceptable. They are our future, and we are stunting them and providing them with diseases when they don't even know any better. So I became a part of Global Water Stewardship in 2014. Doug Nelson kind of said, hey, you're doing this, you're applying for this service trip. And I said, all right, it's a trip to Costa Rica, I'm in. Little did I know that that really would change my life forever. There was a group of 4 of us, my now husband, myself, and 2 other professionals in the industry that kind of went down, assessed the situation and said, holy cow, these people really need our help. How do we do that? And from there, it's been a passion of mine, growing this organization and getting more people involved in and educating them about who we are and how we're here to help. So Global Water Stewardship resolves the sanitation issues in developing the world in the developing world by educating people and engineering sustainable centralized solutions to keep waterways clean and communities healthy. So in 5 years' time, we have gone to, I think, 6 different communities where we have provided them with designs for centralized treatment solutions. You can see here, these are their storm inlets, again with raw sewage and gray water coming into them. One community has built up an estuary. They've purposely dammed an estuary so that the garbage and gray water would not flow out into their ocean. They knew enough to protect their ocean beaches, but they have this big, essentially cesspool and septic pool sitting in their backyards. Another thing that I am extremely passionate about, all of my family members, most of them or half of them are teachers. They're involved in the education profession. My adopted family member, Doug Nelson, also involved in education. Something very passionate, something that I really enjoy to do. We go into schools, starting as young as kindergarten through high school, to teach them the importance of keeping their waterways clean, how they can have a role in impacting their environment so that they don't get sick, so that their little sisters and their little brothers don't get sick, and how it really impacts Mother Nature when they take the time to care. We also educate a lot of the community members, because these community members are the ones with the septic tanks in their backyard that are failing. And they don't know any different. They don't know what a centralized system is. They won't know how to operate it. So we've been providing community members with education on what these systems do, and now we're providing seminars on how to train and teach operators for wastewater treatment systems in these communities. And why do we do it? Because this is our future. This group of kids here has never had an adequate source of drinking water. They play in a polluted river. Most of these kids have gone to the hospital because of diseases they have received and picked up from their waterways. This is why we are doing this. Our future matters, and our impact and our knowledge can be brought to them so that they can have a future as bright as the children in our world.